सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया।
राम 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। Another beautiful evening of his Divya Mangala Nama Sankirtan. Our koti grateful pranams to Bhagwan's Yogi Ram Surat Kumar for this downpour of grace. We have been seeing his teachings for the past 2 or 3 days. What could it exactly mean and how to translate it into our daily life? This is what we have been seeing, and probably there were not many stories at all to explain. So today, we shall see how Bhagwan himself demonstrated a leela to make a certain point. A very simple and delightful leela, but a very deep teaching lesson. We shall see 2 such stories where I happened to be present with Bhagwan when they took place. We have been seeing how Bhagwan said that everything happens only by the will of God. Now, to demonstrate this, there was a very simple leela. Sri Shankararajalu, Dr. Shankararajalu, who was the principal of the Government Arts College, Tiruvannamalai, for quite some time, for a few years, he used to come to Bhagwan for darshan, sometimes very often, especially when he faced problems with his students. Now, after he shifted to Madurai, one day he chose to come with some friends in a car for darshan of Bhagwan. On the way from Madurai to Tiruvannamalai, the car all of a sudden stopped. They tried themselves, but it did not work. They called a mechanic, a car mechanic, who too tried his best, and for some strange reason, the car would not start. It wouldn't budge even an inch. Now suddenly it struck them to sit and chant Bhagwan's name. Then they started together, and within minutes, a car mechanic Another one came and he did something for a few minutes. And then the car started gloriously. Now everybody became very, very happy that it happened after chanting the name of Bhagavan. They talked among themselves the glory of Bhagavan's name, how it works quickly, how it worked quickly for them. So after they arrived at Tiruvannamalai, at Sannadi Street House, where Bhagavan was giving darshan, they reported every detail very jubilantly. Bhagavan listened to that, all the details, with a wry smile. They said, at the end of their narration, Swami, it was only your name, your Nama, that did the whole thing. And before that, it just would not work. No matter how much we tried, how much the mechanic tried. It's only after chanting your name. It happened. Your name started the car. So with a wry smile, Bhagavan said, oh, you say that my father started the car. Now you tell me, who stopped the car? When he put that question to them, a heavy silence followed. A minute before, they were all jubilant with the report, ending it up. It was his Nama. It was he who saved them, who started the car. And a minute after Bhagavan put this question, there was heavy silence. But they understood what Bhagavan was trying to say. It is the one who started the car also stopped it. And then Bhagavan said, you see, my friends, it is by my Father's will that everything happens in this world. It is by His Sakalpa. Whatever happens, happens by His will alone. And whatever happens is grace. Whatever happens is necessary for your spiritual growth. And whatever happens is grace. Grace because the car stopped and then they started to chant the name and then they understood the glory of the name. It worked. So Bhagavan declared the truth that everything happens only by God's will. And whatever happens is grace. If the car had not stopped, they would not have struggled to get it started, and they would not have found out that after chanting the name, it made all the difference. The mechanic who came then started the car within minutes. So they understood the glory of the name through a solid happening. There was another incident. We have already seen, I have already told you, again another demonstration, a small leela through which a deeper, greater truth is being taught. This has been the way of Bhagavan. There is simplicity and profundity. Profundity always goes with simplicity. Just see the simple leela. Bhagwan, after he shifted to Sudama, the ashram started to come up. Every day, Bhagwan would start from Sudama, it's just only 5 minutes by car. After darshan, one day, we were returning to Sudama. The car would move very slowly. Bhagwan had given very strict instructions to Ravi, the driver, that the speed should not be more than 15 or 20. So literally the car used to crawl. So as we were returning from the ashram to Sudama, on the way, a group of foreigners, those people were just moving. They were coming from the opposite direction. As soon as Bhagwan saw them, he gave a grin. He gave, I should say, a very bewitching smile. But then, those foreigners did not understand what was happening. They had no idea who this man was, why he was smiling to them, nothing. They wouldn't even look in this direction with a deadpan face. They just moved on. There was no expression at all, expression of recognition on their faces. And watching the whole thing, I felt very hurt. I was a little agitated, and I could not help voicing out, Bhagwan, you gave such a beautiful smile to them, and just see how they behaved. There was not even an acknowledgement, a recognition of your smile. There are people and people who have been waiting for such a beautiful smile, a bewitching smile from you, and they do not seem to get it. Whereas these people, total strangers, and I feel that your smile, your bewitching smile, was wasted on them. They are total strangers, Bhagwan. Why do you waste your smile upon them? He understood I was very hurt, and he had given me a certain liberty to talk freely with him. So he said, Devki, Taryada Devki, Father wanted this beggar to smile to them. So this beggar smiled. This beggar doesn't know Devki. Father wanted this beggar to smile to them. So this beggar did. I was thinking, my God, what does he say? Even smiling spontaneously to people, he says Father wanted him to smile and so he's smiling, as though he's a machine being operated by God. And every emotion that he expresses spontaneously, he says Father activates it. Is he a machine? For all of us, every emotion is spontaneous. So even a smile, he would do only if Father commands. What kind of a machine is he? I could not help these thoughts. We were always an open book to him. And I was thinking, they were total strangers. What a beautiful smile, what a brilliant smile, and what a waste. Total strangers. So when their thoughts ended up with the two words, total strangers, pat came the reply from Bhagwan, Devki, no one is a stranger to this beggar. What a reply. Only God could say that. Only to God no one could be a stranger. All pervasive, all knowing, all powerful God. There is nothing that He does not know. He is all knowing. Only God could say that. Here He was saying, 1 minute He was saying, He was like a machine. Even the smile, an expression of smile, would come to Him, only Father commanded. The next minute He was saying He was the source of the smile. 1 minute He was the machine, an instrument in the hands of the source. And as soon as He thought, His brilliant, bewitching, beautiful smile was pasted upon total strangers. By one sentence, Devaki, no one is a stranger to this beggar. He revealed that He was the very source. A small Leela and a very deep the ultimate truth, the only truth, that the source alone exists, there is nothing else and no one else, and everything happens only by the will of the source, by the will of the one divinity. A very simple act, hardly took a few minutes, and here He was demonstrating that for all practical purposes, in our eyes, He was acting as an instrument in the hands of Father, and the very next minute when He doubted, He revealed Himself as the Supreme Father Himself. So what do we learn from this? That we all have to practice to be an instrument in the hands of our Bhagavan until we become the source itself, until we merge with the source and then be the source. So we all have to practice the bhava of being an instrument in the hands of God. What does it mean? Whatever thoughts occur to me, I have to think, assume that these thoughts are coming from the source within me, from the indweller who is operating this machine. And the thoughts become words. So, whatever words I speak, be it good or bad, all through the day, I should assume that these words come from Yogi Ram Surat Kumar inside me. And whatever actions develop out of thoughts and words, they also come from the indweller. So we have to practice this bhava, this assumption, and go about our everyday life. This is the only way we can translate this great truth, that we are nothing but instruments in the hands of God. He has created our body. He has put life in this body. He is sustaining our very breathing. And one day when He chooses, He would withdraw the whole process of breathing. The breath would be withdrawn, and there would be no more life in it, and the body would decay. So in truth, it is because of the life in us, it's because of the breathing, our heart, our brain works, because of which we get thoughts, because of which we get words, because of which we do all our actions. Now who is the activator? Who is the operator? Who is the source of my thoughts, words and actions? But for His presence, there would be no life in this body, and the body would be gone soon. It's because of His presence there is this breath, and because of this life that I am able to run my life at all. He is the real doer. So we have to assume, we do not know, we have to practice that we are not the doers, it is He who is the doer of everything. We are only instruments in His hands. As we practice it all through the day and day after day, our everyday life, one day it will reveal itself, the source. We will know that we are the source. The instrument merges in the source and becomes the source. So these two small demonstrations showed beyond doubt that Bhagavan, how He Himself lived from moment to moment. I remember two particular incidents, every day occurrence. When He talked, Bhagavan hardly talked, was a man of few words, but when He did talk, a few sentences, if He happened to forget, He would not say like we all do, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've forgotten, I can't remember." He would say, "Father does not allow this beggar to remember." And sometimes in the night, if you wanted to go to the toilet, I would know somehow inside there would be a disturbance in me, and I would know that Bhagavan wanted to do something, and then I would call out from my place. I would say, "Bhagavan, would you like to go to the toilet?" You know what he would say? "Devaki, let Father say it, Devaki." Then this beggar would come. Just see, even the most natural urges of the body were taken as commands from the source, from his Father. This is the bhava. He was not practicing a bhava. For him it was very natural. He knew as a body he was only an instrument in the hands of the divine. And in communion with God, he knew that he was the source, the very source. He was always in communion with God. He always knew he was the source. But then he would say, this beggar cannot speak this language to everybody. In front of people, this beggar, because they look upon this beggar as a body, as a form, this beggar has to speak in a language they will understand. So this beggar has to say, this machine works well to the satisfaction of my Father. But in truth, there is no separation between this beggar and my Supreme Father. I am the cosmic controller. I alone exist. I run the whole cosmos. Now this Bhagavan is here right in front of us. We shall submit our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, we beg you for your immediate divine intervention to release the whole humanity from the grip of this terrible, horrid grip of these viruses and bring back normalcy in all life. We beg you, Bhagavan, to wipe out all the negativities from the hearts of people, particularly the panic which causes more havoc than the pandemic. And Bhagwan, we beg you to stop the rapid spread of the diseases, enter those medicines which would kill these viruses instantly and once for all. And we beg you, Bhagwan, to bring protection and all-round welfare to those great warriors, the volunteers from varied departments like the police, the medical, sanitary departments, and the volunteers, voluntary workers who work so hard all through the day at the very risk of their lives in order to save other lives. And Bhagwan, we beg you for a boost to our economy. We seek your blessings for constant remembrance of your powerful name, and we seek your special blessings to practice being an instrument, a willing and good instrument in your hands, so that we could run our everyday life as an offering to you. And finally, that supreme blessing for our complete purification, so that we could see only your presence everywhere, only your blessings in every happening, and only your Leela in all happenings of the world. Jai Yogiram Surat Kumar.